This girl's tears can be turned into priceless pearls. Countless men have fallen for her hoping to get rich, but none of them live to see the next day, because the girl is bound by a deadly curse. Whenever someone falls in love with her, their heart begins to race until it stops completely. But one down on his luck bachelor would unexpectedly become the one exception in her life. His name is Nick. He suddenly discovered a mermaid lying unconscious on the shore. Panicked but concerned, he wrapped his coat around her and carried her straight to the hospital. When they arrived, the doctors were immediately intrigued by this unusual patient. But just as they began examining her, she suddenly woke up. Seeing unfamiliar faces, the mermaid instinctively began to sing the song of death. The doctor's heartbeat raced. His eyes filled with obsession. Moments later, he clutched his chest in agony and collapsed, left with no other choice. Nick carried the mermaid back to his apartment. What he didn't know was that his neighbor had secretly seen everything. Nick gently placed the mermaid into his bathtub. As she slowly opened her eyes, she started humming that haunting melody once again. Surprisingly, Nick was completely unaffected. He thought she was trying to flirt with him. The mermaid couldn't understand why he wasn't collapsing like the others. Nick motioned for her to wait, then went into the kitchen. Meanwhile, the mermaid grabbed a rubber duck and took a bite, only to realize it wasn't food. When Nick returned with a proper meal, he noticed the blue bruise on her tail and began searching for scissors and bandages to treat it. But the mermaid misunderstood his intentions. Thinking he was trying to hurt her, she began to sing the death song once again. So Nick remained completely fine, even humming along with her tune. Seeing Nick gently dress her wound, the mermaid slowly let her guard down and finally told him her name.
Lula.
Pardon?
Mon nom.
Nick was stunned. He had assumed she couldn't speak. Suddenly, Ella began coughing violently. She told Nick she had to return to the ocean before the third sunrise, or she would die. Nick begged her to rest a little longer, and promised he would return her to the sea in time. Back at the hospital, the collapsed doctor was being rushed into surgery. Even at death's door, he remained obsessed with the mermaid's voice.
Cette voix, j'ai jamais entendu une voix comme ça.
Nick woke up from a restless sleep, unaware of the danger that was slowly surrounding him. The next morning, Nick eagerly asked how Ella was feeling.
Vous avez mal au cœur?
Non, pas du tout, pas du tout. Ah, le cœur, ça fait bien longtemps qu'il a explosé.
Nick brought out a small projector and played a movie about mermaids for her. After making sure she was comfortable, Nick hurried off to work. As soon as he left, the neighbors snuck into the apartment. She assumed Ella was Nick's new girlfriend and admired her stunning mermaid costume. While chatting, the neighbor casually mentioned Nick's past. She said Nick had been heartbroken many times before. When she asked why the neighbor was telling her all this, the woman smiled and said, Nick is a good man who's been deeply hurt by love, and maybe you are exactly what he needs to heal. Though Ella didn't fully understand human emotions, she could sense that maybe Nick really did need her. After the neighbor left, Ella lit the cigarette she left behind. She started coughing from the smoke. In a panic, she knocked over a bottle of perfume. The mix of smoke and alcohol triggered a massive fire. Nick got the emergency call and rushed back home, but it was too late. The room was nearly destroyed, and Ella was nowhere